Hey, all you Trump supporters, all you Pizzagate conspiracy theory, QAnon believers, well, you're about to take a big old bite out of a shit sandwich. Can you believe Trump's labor secretary, Alexander Acosta, and that they're floating the idea about him taking over Jeff's old position? You know, helped Jeffrey Epstein, the guy that had his pleasure island accused of molesting over 40 girls, you know, a part of y'all's big Pizzagate, you know, child sex trafficking ring. You know, he helped to get Jeffrey Epstein out of trouble. Jeffrey Epstein was looking at life in prison, and Alexander Acosta got him less than, a year in prison? And this person is connected to Trump. Trump, the Clintons, Jeffrey Epstein, you don't get it. You're all a bunch of freaking idiots. They're all connected. Trump is not some knight in shining armor. He's down in the gutter with all the rest of them. Have you seen the pictures of him with his daughter Ivanka when she was young? That's weird. That's freaky. Watch this report on the news about how Alexander Acosta got Jeffrey Epstein out of trouble. And then you tell me, is Trump your God? Is he your king? Is he your new Jesus? You're a bunch of idiots. You are about to take a big bite out of karma and realize that all the bullshit that you've been talking about, your QAnon crap, your Pizzagate, it's all about to come and bite you in the ass. Check this out.
Now to a new focus on an extraordinary plea deal handed out in 2007 to a billionaire accused of sexually abusing dozens of underage girls. Jeffrey could have spent decades behind bars, but as Cynthia McFadden reports, the deal, arranged in part by a Trump cabinet member, meant Epstein, who's had powerful friends like Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, was in jail for just months.
The highly unusual plea agreement allowed billionaire hedge fund manager Jeffrey Epstein to spend a mere 13 months in county jail, when the federal government may have had enough evidence to put him in prison for this, according to police and prosecution documents obtained by NBC News. And tonight, there's a new focus prosecutor who helped arrange that deal a decade ago, now the Secretary of Labor. Those documents chronicle what police say are a series of sexual crimes committed against at least 40 young women, some just 14. Lori's Palm Beach mansion, where they were paid to provide him with nude massages and sometimes sex. This video is from the Palm Beach police's search of Epstein's seaside home, including his bathroom, where young victims said many of the crimes occurred. Mike Fiston is a former Miami-Dade police sergeant who now works for lawyers of the victims.
The FBI had enough evidence to put Jeffrey away for life. Why it didn't happen is the indictment that the FBI put together was quashed. It was quashed by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami, who was at the time headed by Acosta.
Alexander Acosta is now President Trump's Secretary of Labor and has been mentioned as a possible pick for Attorney General. The Miami Herald today reporting on Acosta's involvement.
Jeffrey Epstein had incarceration like no other sex offender in the state of Florida. He was allowed to leave for 12 to 16 hours a day.
Why was Epstein given such a deal? He declined to comment today, but Alex Acosta's spokesperson told us Acosta's decision has been supported through 3 administrations and pointed to his confirmation hearing when he was asked about the deal.
Professionals within a prosecutor's office decide that a plea that guarantees that someone goes to jail, that guarantees that someone register generally, and that guarantees other outcomes is a good thing.
But a letter from the Palm Beach chief of police questioned the highly unusual actions by prosecutors, a deal none of his victims were given notice of. Cynthia McFadden, NBC News.
So go ahead and tell me, is that fake news? Is that fake news? You just seen it with your own eyes. Trump, if you believe all that Pizzagate bullcrap and all that QAnon bullcrap, Trump is the same. He's the same as the Clintons. He's the same as all of them. And did you catch that? That prosecution happened in 2007. Who was the president in 2007? Oh, it was George W. Bush. Not Clinton, not Obama, George W. Bush. And Alexander Acosta, Trump's labor secretary, got him off. So what do you have to say about that? Come on. Tell me what you got to say about that. Where's all your excuses and, oh, well, Trump's fighting against the deep state and, oh, he's draining the swamp. Trump is the biggest freaking toad in the swamp.
And that was how I got into the abuse.
Virginia Roberts was working in the spa at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach when British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell introduced her to multimillionaire Jeffrey Epstein.
I will never lie to you. I will never tell you something I do not believe.
Can you tell me now, honestly, have you kept to that promise at all times? Have you always been truthful?
Well, I try. I mean, I do try. I think you try, too. You say things about necessarily correct. I do try, and...
Did you know about the payments?
Later on, I knew. Later on. But you have to understand, Ainsley, what he did, and they weren't taken out of campaign finance. That's a big thing. That's a much bigger thing. Did they come out of the campaign? They didn't come out of the campaign. They came from me, and I tweeted about it. I just wanted to begin by mentioning that the nominee for Secretary of the Department of Labor will be Mr. Alex Acosta. He has a law degree from Harvard Law School. He's a great student. Former clerk for Justice Samuel Alito. And he has had a tremendous career.
Donald Trump had glowing words for his new labor secretary nominee on Thursday, but Alex Acosta could face some tough questions about his legal career during his confirmation hearings, particularly over a controversial plea deal he reached a decade ago with billionaire investor Jeffrey Epstein.
Federal judge ruled one of President Trump's cabinet members broke the law while he was working in a child sex ring case. Did you hear what I just said? We were talking about President Trump's labor secretary, Alexander Acosta. The judge said while Acosta served as the Miami U.S. attorney, he violated the Crime Victims' Rights Act. Acosta and other federal prosecutors collaborated with lawyers of hedge fund manager Jeffrey Epstein to arrange a sweetheart plea deal. Dozens of underage girls say they were sexually abused by Epstein in a sex trafficking ring. But the deal granted immunity to Epstein and many of his unidentified accomplices, really rich guys. The deal also concealed all charges, victim information, and shut down an ongoing FBI probe into the case. Epstein pleaded guilty to just 2 state charges of prostitution, and he spent only 13 months in a county jail. But yesterday, the judge stopped just short of overturning the entire deal. And now there's growing focus on Acosta's role in all of this. Acosta now heads an agency with oversight over human trafficking and child labor, and he has yet to explain why he sealed the deal with an accused child sex trafficker. Today, the White House says it is, quote, looking into the matter.
We know Trump had some form of a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, which stated, I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun. Said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life. That is a quote from Donald Trump.
Why should Alex Acosta be trusted to have a job at this level?
My understanding is that's a very something we're certainly looking into, but that they made a possible decision and deal they could have gotten at that time. But again, that's something we're looking into, and we'll keep you posted. We have something more.
Keep going.